Oh, thank you. Yay. Thank you everybody for hopping on. I'm sorry it's been a little crazy lately and a little inconsistent, but life has really just been insane for Sarah Aspen and I. So thank you for bearing with us and hopping on and just joining us. So I wanted to go over some really nice, helpful tips that I think will be helpful with all of our busy schedules and just some motivation and love. I had so much love and just my cup totally got refilled at this retreat that I went to. And if you don't know who Courtney is, that is Ryan's upline. So the fact that she reached out to like top producers that were not even like on her team was insane. And so I learned a lot from there. I've been just absorbing so much stuff, and I just can't wait to like pour into you guys. And I know that there's a lot of people just going through different seasons right now, and some of us are we're tapped out. And so I wanted to just give you guys some ideas on how to work your business in a more efficient way, because I know a lot of us have other full-time jobs or full-time family, and we just get really burnt out. So like Rye said yesterday, show up for your business based on how you're feeling. So today I was like ready to hit the ground running, and then some real estate stuff happened and I was just like, oh, I'm tapped, and it's like 2:00. And so I just got on my story and I talked about some real estate. I put up a poll with the 3 steps, and that was all I had. I don't even think I posted today because I didn't have it in me, and I'm not going to beat myself up because what I gave was better than nothing. So really just give yourself grace. So one of the things that I have really learned in this business, I've been in it for like 8 or 9 months, and I'm not quite where I want to be, but it's just because it's a learning curve. And so what I'm learning, you duplicate what works. And so what I'm learning from Rye and Kay and spending time with the top income producers, I want to pour into you guys. So I want y'all to be the best because it just makes us all the best together. So networking comes before the marketing. So Kay said this, I think, forever ago. So networking comes before the marketing. So that thought in my head like resonates every single morning. I wake up and I'm like, okay, before I post my 3 steps, I'm going to network before I market myself. So I go look and see who looked on my stories. I go through that list. I go interact with them. Or if you are full-time and you've only got like 10 minutes in the morning or 10 minutes right before you clock in, 10 minutes at lunch, go to your last post, go to your last reel, and go engage with those people who are engaging with you rather than finding new people. And it's just like this whole stress ball. Just go give love to who gives love to you. I found that is a more efficient way to spend your time if you're really busy. So I go all the way to my oldest story. I've got like, I could have 115 people to 30 people, depending on the day. Typically the weekends are my time to shine. I always make sure I'm posting reels on the weekends, stuff like that, because my engagement goes up a lot. So I go to my oldest story, go engage with everybody who likes my story and who interacts with me, who watched my story. And it goes by really quick. And sometimes I'll just do that. Like Dane drives a lot, like in places. And so when he's driving, I just find time to just like do a quick 5 minutes of engagement, because again, you want to network before you market. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's see. Birthdays are a big one. I personally have never had enrollments from birthdays, but there have been a lot of people who say that they've had really good progress from birthdays. So it takes 2 seconds to say happy birthday, or if you see an anniversary post, just say happy birthday or happy anniversary, things like that. And remember, success doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen over time. So like I said, I've been in this for like 8 or 9 months. I've gone 12K, I lost the rank. I gone 12K, I lost the rank. And so if you can't get that rank back or you can't hit it yet, like don't worry about it, you guys. I mean, the fact that you're doing this for yourself and you're growing as a person and you're making an impact in people's lives, who cares about the rank? Like, I stopped checking my rank. There was a really good leadership meeting that you guys should go watch with, I think her name's Kayla. I should remember. I'm so bad with names, but I got to spend the weekend with her at Courtney's as well. And she interviewed Ryan and Ryan interviewed her. And it really, she's an amazing speaker. Like, I went and followed her on Instagram and everything because she's a top income producer, you guys, and you would never even notice because she is so humble and incredible. And she taught me that I was checking my rank like every day. I was obsessed, and I got upset if I wasn't 1,000 over what my volume should be at based on the tracker. And that is so unhealthy. It's so toxic. And my heart wasn't in it for the right reasons. Like, I wanted to just get those ranks. And so I really honed back. I quit checking my volume. I check it maybe once a week now just to gauge, but I focus on putting my efforts as if my volume depended on it. And that has also changed how I run my business. And, you know, you are making an impact. You want to be there for one another. You want to be there for your customers. You really want to just engage with people. And so focusing on that versus volume, I think, has really helped me a lot. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit too. Let's see. Oh, so if you are wanting to grow your following and you've got some extra time, what I do is I go to big fish accounts that I really like that are really good for mental health. And I go to their profile and I go to their comments. If you vibe with that big fish account, go do that. And then I click on somebody who's commented on the big fish account. So then I'll go to this little fish account and I'll go start interacting with them. And then sometimes I'll follow them. Sometimes they'll just follow you. And that's one way of growing your following, just because you want to get more eyes on you. If you only have 300 to 500 followers, it's fine. But the more people you get in front of, it takes a minute to build trust too. So the faster you grow your following, the longer they'll be able to see you. And sorry, let me pull up the chat. Okay, just wanted to catch up on the chat, make sure I wasn't missing anything. And so, doing reels, that's going to help you with your following. I turn on notifications and I have a little folder that says potential customers and potential promoters in my Instagram. And so if I'm vibing with someone and I don't add people that don't have stories. So girls I add, they have to have stories, because if you're wanting them to be a future promoter, they need to be comfortable in front of a camera. And I think that's the biggest hurdle, is getting comfortable in front of a camera. So I'll do that. If you're on like a post or a reel, there's a little save tab on the bottom of whatever they posted. And then you can put it into a little file and it just lives in your Instagram. Super easy. You can label them. And so it honestly manifests. Like every person that I've manifested that I've wanted to enroll, I end up enrolling. So it's a real thing, you guys, I promise. What else did I have to say? So if you lose your rank, it's okay, because people want to see how you react to adversity. And I'm pretty open about like my ranks and how the process works and how it can be a very disheartening business to be in, because you do have to deal with a lot of no's, and you're probably going to hear more no's and more negativity than anything. But I'll tell you, I don't really get a lot of that. I don't get a lot of backlash or anything, because I present myself in such a confident way and I treat it like a real profession. And so I think people are like, whoa, like this is real. She is treating this like a real business. Either she's crazy or she knows what she's doing. And I've researched so much information about the products and about the business. And I just faked it till I made it. And I just threw myself out there, and I just I let people know how uncomfortable I was and how awkward this was for me, but I'm gonna, you're gonna watch me literally thrive. And here I am. I told myself when I enrolled as a promoter, I would never, ever host a meeting. I would never talk on a meeting. I would never have my camera on during a meeting. And here we are. There's so much growth that happens in this business, and you want to be a leader and you want to help people once you become, better and you're learning, and you want to just reciprocate what you were given. So there was that as well. Sorry if I'm talking really fast. I just have so much energy, you guys. Let's see. Oh, a fun little tip. So it takes longer to make a pot of coffee than it does your 3 steps. I thought that was a cool little tidbit. Dane still drinks coffee sometimes, and so he was making it, and I'm like, dude, you could have made like your 3 steps in this time. Like, what are you doing? So little things like that. Like, I'll get on my story and I compare little things like, by the time that you get your pot of coffee, you could have had energy by now, or silly little things. And be you. Like, my thing has just been be vulnerable, tell people if you're not feeling good. Like, when I was super sick my first trimester, I laid in bed and I'm like, dude, I don't feel good. Like, I feel like I'm gonna vomit any second. I have no energy. I'm dead to the world. And people were just like pouring in my inbox, like, oh my God, you need to try this. You need to try this. And so when you're vulnerable like that, it's going to just bring in so many people. And a lot of people, they like to be relatable. And so when they feel like they relate to you, it just builds so many more connections. And I wasn't even doing that on purpose, but it just unintentionally builds relationships, which is really cool. When I went through my miscarriage, I talked about that, and a ton of people were like all over that. When I had my golden retriever puppies, I mean, just showing your life. Like, I always say, pretend like you're Kardashian. Just kind of bring your camera around and show your funny side, be vulnerable, and let people know that it's okay to not always be okay. Yes, everybody wants to help. Oh, good job, Des. Perfect. Okay, that was a lot. I kind of word vomited. I just had so much to say. But if you guys have any questions, you can drop it in the chat or you can pipe in. But I will hand it over to you, Sarah, if you're ready, my lady.
That was great. This is just a few things that I got off of Sus yesterday. So if you guys were on, this might be something that you're hearing again, but I kind of needed to hear it so much that I actually wrote it down, because there's times when I get down, I'm like, nobody really cares what I post. You know what I mean? Like, you just get in your head. And so that's me a lot, but post what you would want to see is something that Sierra said yesterday. And I'm like, those are the accounts that I follow closely, is because I know what they're going to post, that stuff I want to see. And I have followers that have followed me from the very beginning that still watch my stories, and they're not thriving, but they like to see the other parts of my life. And just because they're not thriving yet, so stuff that I want to see besides people posting about their thrive is kids. I don't post my kids enough. I definitely need to do that more, because 1, they're cute. 2, they're funny most of the time. 3, some of the stuff I wish I could post, I just can't post my kids running around naked, saying naked booty, shaking her butt at me. So another thing is like a happy marriage and my relationship. Cord, when I post videos of him or just pictures with him, I get so many likes and comments and people messaging me, and I'm like, okay, well, that's the stuff I also like to see, so I need to post that stuff more. I'm in my Bible, and I have like 4 Bible studies right over here. Like, I do that every day. And so just post more about what you want to see as well. Be relatable to people that way, and stop talking about what you have your hands on and start talking about how you could help them with a solution for what you have your hands on, or with what you have your hands on. For example, every single day when I worked in the RV factory, I used to spend $20 to $30 a day at the gas station on chips, candy, pop, junk food, beef jerky, Beef jerky was the only healthy-ish thing I walked out of that gas station with, but every single day from Monday to Friday, $20 to $30 a day, that's $400, like $600 a month I was spending just on gas station food. How many times could I have bought 3 steps back then and actually got through my day instead of getting fountain Mountain Dews and a shit ton of energy drinks and a bunch of candy to have horrible gut health, feel like crap, act like crap, hate everybody, and just complain about how much I hated my life? Like, holy crap, do I wish I could have all that money back now. On top of I get my products for free and earn a commission. Whoever did not contact me way back in the day, I'm really pissed about, by the way. So tell a story, have a solution with Thrive, ask a question to get that solution. That's just kind of what I had. So post more what you want to see, tell a story, ask a question, have a solution that Thrive will help you with. And that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions? If so, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, this is a really good like one-on-one time to just open up. Like, are you struggling with anything? Do you feel like you
need
have
help
like a
with
weak
posts?
area? Yeah. Do you need help like coming up with a post for tomorrow? Like, did you have a busy weekend and you're like, oh shit, I've got nothing. We're here to help.
And another thing that Rye said, even on days where you can't get something up or you just don't have something to put up, don't just skip that day completely. Still put a post up. And she said, find a quote on Pinterest and slap it on a picture. Like, you have a picture somewhere in your camera roll that you can post. And it does not have to be Thrive related. Just don't skip a day. So honestly, not yesterday, but the day before, that was me. I was like, I just got nothing. I had horrible anxiety because my daughter had an appointment at the Children's Hospital in Grand Rapids today. I was so stressed out, like legit was checking her in. I was dizzy. I was shaking. I almost passed out because I was having an anxiety attack over being there. Like, it has been a rough few weeks for me with this. And I got there and it was just so real. So me coming up with stuff to post lately has been hard, but I've still been showing up. I have still, oh, I see Sophia. Sorry, got distracted. I still have been showing up though. And I just love that she said that because I literally did that the day before. So just don't skip your days. Slap up some kind of a picture with the Pinterest quote as your caption and just call it a day and just have a goal for tomorrow to get something better up business wise.
Yeah, I love that. Cassandra, she said that she'll skip meetings instead of days because I started getting so burnt out because I'm like, okay, I want to post like 3 times a day and blah, blah, blah. And it's just a lot, man. That's a lot of content. So I do, like, if you go look at my Facebook, there's not a whole lot of Thrive. It's a lot of personable things because I want to be myself. And that's going to also up your engagement. If you're like yesterday, I said, I'm ready for Yellowstone and pumpkin spice and Christmas. And like, everybody's putting in their input, like, yeah, I'm ready too, or screw you. Like, but it's engagement. I'll take it. It's just silly things like that. So just, be yourself. But, Cassandra said that she just skips meetings instead of days. And that has really helped me. This morning, I woke up in time for the SUS meeting and I'm like, no, like, I'm going to do Ember Legacy tonight. I have 2 work meetings. I have a work interview and I have to drive an hour to go meet a client. Like, I'm not going to overdo it. So, I probably get on SUS 3 times a week because I just don't want to burn out. And so just pick and choose, like, what to do, what SUS is. And I'm not saying that each day is not valuable, but if you are feeling burnt out, just skip a couple days during the week and give yourself grace and don't overwork yourself. Don't overdo it because, like Rye had said, we really live in a hustle culture and a burnout culture. And I think 2020 really taught us that life has so much more to offer than just living for your job. And while this offers so many great things and flexibility and money and working from your phone anywhere, like, you can still get burnt out doing the things that you love. And so really just take time for yourself when you need to. And I've also gotten better at that because I was such a big hustler. I'm like, you guys need to be showing up every single day and blah, blah, blah. And just over the past like couple months, I've really just like, I can't do that. I'm going too hard too long. And I just reached burnout, and I was messaging Rye, and I'm like, I can't, like, I'm so overwhelmed. I have so much going on that I don't know. And so she's really been open about how she takes Sundays off, and how just show up like how you can on the days that you don't have a lot to give. Like today, I really didn't do very much for my business, but at least I still showed up and talked about my life a little bit. But you don't want to neglect yourself. You know, you have to have a full cup, because you can't pour into other people when your cup is empty, you know? So if you need to take a day off, go get a massage, go just chill, watch some Netflix all day. Like, even on my days off, I just can't help. I'm like just a freak about putting stuff on my stories. So I'll post like, oh, I'm watching Netflix. Have you guys seen this show? And then like, that's my engagement for the day. So, oh yes, Crystal, you have a question. So sorry.
Crystal, you there?
You can type it if you want, but I was just jabbering away.
She might be busy with her kiddos.
Okay. She can drop it in the chat if she wants.
Does anybody else have any questions or need any help with anything?
Wow, I am so sorry. I took a huge bite of cantaloupe right when you said my name, and I was like trying to quickly. All right. Anyways, I feel like I have so many conversations. Like I self-reflect a lot, and I know I'm not always on my A game, but a lot of the time I am, and I'm not just like posting and praying. I'm having conversations, and a lot of people seem super interested, but just don't, like, I can't get them to completely follow through. And I see a lot of you guys on this call doing that. And so I wanted to know, what are some lines, or because I just try not to be so pushy that it's going to turn them off, you know? And so I'm like, am I not being pushy enough? Or I don't know. I just need to know what you guys are doing to really close that lead, because I have a lot of them. They're just not quite, you know, fully going through. So that's my question. Sorry for the delay.
No, you're fine. There is actually conversation pieces for this in RA that I will go tag you in. Did you know that those were there?
Yeah, I used the I took another bite. I use the guides a lot, but I don't know, I guess just because every situation and every relationship that's been built is on different grounds, and like different types of conversations have happened. Sometimes they're just too general. They're not like overly, I don't know. So I try to make them specific to that person in that conversation, but I don't know. I try not to speak like I'm struggling, but you know.
The
I'm
perfect
struggling.
person, Anita, just got off, and she closes sales all the time. And even I'm like, how? And she just got off. Otherwise, I would have literally made her unmute herself and talk to you about this. Shelby, what do you have for this? Because you close more than I do.
So I've definitely had that problem where I'm like, okay, I can't seal the deal. What am I doing wrong? And honestly, this happened in real estate too, because you're given scripts, and I literally threw them all away because I use the guides, but when somebody messages me about Thrive, I'm like, okay, what do you like? Thank you for being vulnerable with me and sharing your struggles. What specifically are you needing help on? Are you struggling with energy, stress, lack of sleep, hair loss, bloating? And I always go over those. And then I go over like the scripts and stuff. And so I'll still copy and paste from like response to interested promoters and response to interested customers. But I always give them three options for the packs. So one is the half pack, one is the couples pack, and one would be like the all 60 in, which is still the couples pack. It's the same price, but maybe add like, and the sleep gummies are great if you're having trouble sleeping. And then I'll typically, if I've got credits, I'll say, plus I'll give you, $20 to $50 off, and I'll upgrade you to the black labels. And they're like, oh, that's great. And then what gets them hesitant is asking for their card information. It's like they're all gung ho, and that just slams the brakes. And so I always, when I'm asking for that information, I follow it with, if you're more comfortable sending me this information via text, here's my number. And that automatically is like, oh, okay. And I have had a lot of people who just text me that information, or they're like, okay, can I call you? And then they'll just give it to me over the phone. So that really helps. And it's opening up a more like trustworthy relationship, I found. Like, oh, this girl gave me her number. She's not just like this social media person that I'm just sending my stuff over Facebook or Instagram. So some people don't care, but some are really like, no. But I've had that struggle. I've had like 5 people message me this last week, and they all were like, I'm good. But normally I'm having like 10 or 15 new customers. So this month has been a little like, what is happening? So I feel your pain, but that's my advice. It seems to help a lot.
Thank you so much. Sorry, my daughter was just screaming in the background. So I was like, shh. But that is actually super helpful. So I'm going to try to kind of maybe, come up with something along those lines and give them my phone number. I don't do that usually, so I'll do that.
Yes, a good, better, and best option. So depending on what their specific goals are, maybe they just want, balanced biotic and sleep gummies, or, something along those lines. I always love doing the good, better, best option. Des, did you have something?
Sorry, I had to find my unmute button. One of the things that I always tend to do is like create a sense of urgency. So if you're offering them credits, and they're like, well, let me think about it, be like, okay, well, you can think about it, but just know I have a limited amount of credits and they're first come, first serve. So if another person messages me and they're wanting this deal, like I am going to honor it with them if you're having time to think. And then usually they're like, oh crap, like I want to save money. And so then, oh, did your clip break? And so they're like, a lot of people want a good deal. And so if they're like, oh, snap, someone's going to snag this deal from me. And I'll even sometimes be like, even if I don't have someone, I'll be like, hey, someone messaged me and they're like wanting this deal, but I know that I talked to you first. So do you want me to say it's taken? If so, like we need to get your order placed. But,
I love it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I've actually taken credits way before because it was like the end of the month. I'm like, well, you're not going to use them.
I won't transfer credits until I have all their info and they're going to place the order. I won't even put the credits in their account until they are like, okay, we got it, yay.
Little
Until
Clark.
Can I say hi?
Hi, Clark.
Okay. I don't even transfer the credits to their account, even if they have me make their account and they want the deal. If they're not going to order right then and there, I don't give them the credits.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And if they still say no, okay, well, do you want to try a 3-day sample, see how you feel? Just get it in their hands, because they'll notice a difference day one. And you can charge $15, $25 or nothing. I normally do mine for free because I have so much free product anyway that I'm just like, whatever. So it's just up to you.
Talk to Anita. Her daughter was screaming, so she had to get off the Zoom, but she said that she was actually going to say that the conversations from the group guides are all in her notes, and she uses those every time, no matter how salesy it seems. And I know she is top PPA for my team right now. Like, she is killing it, absolutely killing it. So Crystal, just another, she doesn't care how salesy it seems. She's closing sales left and right. Like, my whole little board in my back office, when it has like team updates, it's Anita enrolled a new customer, Anita enrolled a new customer, Anita enrolled a new customer. And I'm like, share some of that, please. Like, I need to go rub her butt or something to get some of that good juju coming my way. Like, okay, I'm done now. I don't have anything else. So if anybody else does, Shelby, I'll let you close it out.
Yeah, that sounds good. I do like I have all of them in my phone. Like this is the response to interested customers. And then I just personalized it, asking like what they're needing help for specifically. Cause then I can I have the packs. Let me show you. Pack options. So I have it twice. I don't know why, but here it is. So I have 3 pack options. And then this is like my baseline. But if somebody's like, I need help with sleep, then I'll add sleep to the bottom of it and change the price. And so super easy to just have those templated and ready to go, because when you are in a hurry and you just like want to have this copy and pasted ready to go, it's so nice to just have everything in your notes. Like my notes, you guys are, I mean, and then there's like notes in notes. And so get organized. That's going to help. And I share these too. If you want to see how I organize my notes, I can screenshot them for you. Yeah. Or I can send you the conversation pieces too. I have done that. Yeah. Do that. Well, thank you guys. Okay, I will. Thanks you guys for hopping on and spending your evening with us. We appreciate you and love you so much. And we can't wait to see you guys for the Ember Legacy retreat. So if you're still working towards that, good job. I'm proud of you guys, but you guys have a good night. We'll
Thank
see you
you all
then.
for showing up.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.